Hey, what's going on YouTube? I just wanted to make a tutorial to show you how you can make an official table in Excel. Now, this just isn't any normal looking table, and watch till the end because this will make your life easier. So, here we have a series of cells, and we want to make it into a table so we can much more easily sort and filter the data. First, what we have to do is we have to highlight the data that we want to make it to a table. So to do this, we can press Shift, Control, right arrow, down arrow. Now we want to go to the Insert tab, then click Table on the left-hand side. Now, and first it's going to suggest the range that you highlighted for the table, which is what we selected, and then does the table have headers? So the headers is going to be the date, name, sales amount, region. Basically, have you labeled every column, and we have, so it has headers. Now, just to give you some quick insights, what it would look like if we didn't have headers. So here we have just the random cells. And if we do the same thing, insert table, when you uncheck the box, that's kind of what it looks like. So as you can see, it just made it to where you gave a column name to every um, column. So you're going to do Alt HN to get rid of that. Alt HVN to get rid of the formatting. Now, one of the awesome things about tables is you can use them to filter your data. So just say we wanted to only show sales where the region is south. We can click on this drop-down menu right here, and we can go from select all to just click south. So now south is clicked. As you can see, only sales amount for south is shown. We just say east, only sales for east is shown, which is extremely useful. I'm going to select all. Now you can even sort tables. So click on the drop down menu again. You can sort by newest to oldest. So this is great because now it's sorted by date, newest to oldest. Or we can also sort by oldest to newest. And this is again a useful perspective. You can even sort alphabetically. So just say you click this, we sorted from A to Z, or we can sort even by sales amount. So from smallest to largest. This is very useful in getting some more insight into your data. Tables are especially useful though, because whenever you add things directly below the table, it assumes that it's going to be a part of the table. So just say we sorted from oldest to newest. Then we had something from 5-20-2119 by Bob for 250 from South. As you can see, it assumed this part of the table. Now we have some 524, Mary for 550 from North. As you can see, it assumed that things were automatically part of the table and are going to be sorted as such. You might have to re-click it, but it will show, which is extremely useful. One of the awesome things about tables is that you can even design them to make them look like what you want them to fit your needs. So on the right, go to table design, and first you can kind of get some general insight as to styles. So you can change the color by clicking on these boxes under table styles. Pick what fits your fancy. Click on the box right here for more, and as you can see, you can even create a new table style. You can have a lot of flexibility. This is something I'm not going to go into too depth, but the point is you can have a lot of flexibility in the way that you style your table. You can choose to have the filter button or to not. So you can see right now the filter button is showing at the top. You can click that and toggle. You can do banded columns. So do you want the columns to change to change what it means by banded is it's alternating colors, right? So in this, it's much more going to be much more short of the green. Let's just say, gray, white, banded columns, banded rows, gray, white, gray, white. Now we can even have a total row. So as you can see at the bottom, we have a total, and you can even adjust the math that is shown. So as you can see, there's a total row right here. But what if you didn't want total? You can have the max, you can have the min, you can have the average. And this is something that you can vary by column. And just say you wanted the count of the number of regions, values, and then you wanted the maximum sales. You can mess around with it, but the point is that there are a lot of functions that you can use whenever you are having the total row at your table. So also a really cool thing about tables is you can even insert slicers. So a slicer is just basically a more visual way to filter a table. So you can just click insert slicer. You can have a date slicer, name slicer, sales month slicer, region slicer. But just say we wanted a region slicer, for example. So you can see now we have a visual filter. So we can select visually what is shown. So we can select north, east, south. We can even make it to where you can select multiple. Where you can select the south and the east and the west. You can remove the filter as well, or you can play around this list, but as you can see, only south is shown, not south and north, or only one is shown. And it's just great because this allows you to be much more flexible in how you visualize your tables, and also makes it to where if you're making a dashboard, then you can make a dashboard much more interactive and kind of have a table in the background and a slicer filtering through the table. So people can mess with the slicer and see the result, but not necessarily have to see the numbers that are in the table. And a couple other formatting notes, such as say we wanted to get rid of the filter real quick. You can also do first column, which bolds first column for the table style options, and your last column, which will bold your last column, which can make it just a little bit easier to filter through your table. I decided to add the filter button because I like it, so I did that. You have other optionality as well too as to what you want to do with it, which I'm not going to go into necessarily in depth in this video, because it's a topic for a more advanced table video. But you can export it. So you can export your table to Visio, or you can also export your table to a SharePoint list. You can also remove duplicates. So you can have some flexibility with how you edit your table there. You can also click a table in some races with pivot table, which is great because you can now have a pivot table based on your table. Which is going to definitely be a topic for another video, but pivot tables, framing tables are very useful. And lastly, you can also resize your table. So if your table is like bigger or smaller than what you initially had, you can click resize table and change the range that is counted for the table. And lastly, if you are tired of having something as a table, you can convert it to a range, which just basically gets rid of the table functionality and makes it a range of cells. So by clicking convert to range, now the table is just a range with the same table formatting. That said, we found this tutorial to be helpful. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment. Free stock in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a great day.